What if everything you've been told about aging is only half the truth? What if how long you live after 65 has less to do with your genes and more to do with how you walk, sleep, eat, and even how often you laugh with someone? Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But here's the twist. Science backs it all up. See, most people think aging is a slow fade into the background. But the reality? It's a series of signs your body quietly shows you. Miss them, and you might miss out on years of life. Catch them, and you could change your future. This isn't just another health lecture. It's the kind of conversation you'd wish you had years ago, with someone who tells it straight, cuts the fluff, and shares the truths you won't hear in your doctor's waiting room. So before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next few minutes might just add years to your life. You know, Peter, old Mr. Langley said, as they strolled through the park, your walking pace is more than just a way to get from point A to point B. It's like a health report card, silent but brutally honest. Peter raised an eyebrow, half laughing. You mean like Fitbit without the tech? Mr. Langley chuckled. Exactly. When a person over 65 starts slowing down, it isn't always because they're just getting old. It could be the first whisper of circulatory problems or the body's quiet cry for help. Most ignore it, but you better not. And with that, he picked up the pace, cane in hand, not missing a beat. Years earlier, Langley had watched his buddy Carl slowly become a stranger to his own legs. First, it was just a shorter stride. Then it was holding onto the rails. Then came the falls, each one taking a bit of Carl's independence. The thing is, Langley continued, we don't just stop walking fast because we age faster because we stop walking. His voice dipped into a low, dramatic note. It's a trap, and the cruel part? Most folks don't see it coming until they've already fallen into it. Peter looked down at his own sneakers. So what do I do? He asked. Langley stopped, turned, and pointed. You walk. Every day, rain or shine. You walk like your life depends on it because, well, it kinda does. He smirked. And if your legs ache a bit, good. That means they're waking up. Peter laughed, but it was that nervous, I just learned something important kind of laugh. And as they kept walking, something shifted in his gait. A little more bounce, a little more purpose. But of course, walking isn't the only clue your body leaves behind. Later that day, as Peter reached to open a stubborn jar lid, Mr. Langley handed him a tennis ball. Squeeze it, he said. Hard. Peter looked confused. You trying to make me fail, Arm Day? Langley laughed. No, I'm checking your future. That stopped Peter cold. Your grip, son, it's more than just hand strength. It's a snapshot of your overall resilience. You lose your grip, you start losing your independence, your balance, your health. The ball squished lightly in Peter's hand, but Langley watched intently, as if it were an X-ray. You know what they found in studies? Langley continued, pulling a pair of grippers from his coat, like some kind of aging superhero. The weaker the grip, the shorter the life. Insane, maybe. They said statistically speaking. That's science, not superstition. Peter blinked. You're saying the way I shake hands could mean how long I've got. Langley leaned in. Exactly. Your hands tell the truth, even when your mouth doesn't. He tossed the grippers into Peter's lap. Start squeezing. Every rep is an investment in tomorrow. Peter nodded slowly, his smile half smirk, half respect. Well, damn. I guess I've got work to do. Langley winked. That's the spirit. You're building the grip that'll hold you steady through what's next, because let me tell you, son, once you start losing your balance. It was a quiet afternoon when Peter found himself wobbling while trying to put on his sock. Langley, ever the hawk-eyed mentor, caught it. Whoa there, Flamingo. He joked, but his tone turned serious. Can you stand on one leg for 10 seconds without tipping? Peter shrugged. Never timed it. Langley stepped back. Try it. Right now. Peter lifted one foot. 2 seconds in, he leaned hard against the wall. Yup, Langley said, crossing his arms. That's your body warning you before the fall does. He tapped his temple. It's not just your legs, it's your brain, your nerves, your coordination. All talking at once. Peter looked stunned. So you're saying falling over while socking up is a sign I'm falling apart? Langley didn't sugarcoat it. It could be. Balance is the forgotten pillar of longevity. People think it's about flexibility or age, but really, it's about survival. One bad fall, and it's a downhill slope. Broken hips, hospital beds, less movement, more decline. It's the domino effect no one talks about. Peter winced, rubbing his knee. So what now? Ballet. Langley grinned. Close. Tai Chi. Heel-to-toe walks. Stand on one leg while brushing your teeth. Make balance part of your day. And just like that, Peter was testing himself every morning. Sometimes with success, sometimes with a laugh and a stumble. But each day, he noticed improvement. Not just in his legs, but in his confidence. And that, Langley would say, is the secret sauce. If you can stay upright, he mused, you can move through life stronger, steadier. But you'll need more than balance to face the night. That night, as Peter tossed and turned, replaying the day's lessons in his head, Langley called him out again. You sleeping like a baby or battling your sheets like a ninja? He teased. Peter groaned. Sleep's been weird lately. I wake up more tired than when I went to bed. Langley nodded solemnly. You're not alone. After 65, sleep isn't just about rest, it's about repair. Your brain detoxes, your heart resets, your immune system reloads. If you're shortchanging sleep, you're cutting deals with disease. The room fell quiet, like even the walls were listening. I had a friend, Langley went on, who laughed at sleep routines. Said bedtime was for kids. He stayed up late, watched TV till his eyes gave out, lived off naps and coffee. By 70, he couldn't remember where he parked, his blood pressure was through the roof, and his energy? Gone. Just gone. Peter sat up. So what changed for you? Langley smiled. I started treating sleep like medicine. Consistent bedtime, morning sun, no screens before bed. I even got a boring book for those restless nights. Peter chuckled. Maybe I'll borrow that book. As the evening wore on, Peter began to take his nighttime rituals seriously. Lights dimmed earlier, screens stayed off, and the soft hum of calm replaced the usual buzz of his thoughts. He wasn't just chasing sleep anymore, he was inviting it. And when he finally drifted off, deeper and calmer than before, it felt like his body whispered, "Thank you." But rest, as Langley reminded him the next morning, isn't enough if you're walking this road alone. Peter, Langley said over their morning coffee, loneliness is more dangerous than most folks care to admit. He stirred his tea slowly, eyes lost in thought. I once knew a woman, sharp mind, healthy body, but she lived alone, spoke to no one for days on end. She aged faster than any disease could have done. And when she passed, it wasn't her heart that gave out, it was her hope. Peter shifted uncomfortably. You think loneliness can really shorten your life? Langley looked him dead in the eye. I know it can. They walked to the community center together that afternoon, where Langley introduced Peter to a group of lively seniors playing cards and debating everything from politics to potluck recipes. It's not about being surrounded by people all the time, Langley said. It's about feeling seen, connected, alive. Peter observed how a simple shared laugh lit up faces, how a familiar hello could undo days of silence. This, Langley said, is medicine no pharmacy sells. Community, belonging. You feed your soul, and your body follows. Peter started making phone calls again. He joined that card group, even started a weekly walking club with a few neighbors who also felt forgotten. The thing is, he told Langley one day, I thought being alone was just part of getting older. But it doesn't have to be. Langley smiled, eyes twinkling. Exactly. We live longer when we live together, even in the small ways. And just as Peter felt he was beginning to thrive, Langley leaned in, voice low. But there's something even deeper you've got to know before this journey's complete. So now that you know the signs, what's your next move? Are you walking with purpose? Gripping life firmly? Balancing more than just your body? Sleeping like your future depends on it? Or reconnecting with those who matter most? Here's the thing. Knowledge without action is just trivia. But if something clicked for you today, even a little, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment below and share what hit home. Was it the walking speed? The power of sleep? Or maybe you realized how much you've missed real conversations. We'd love to hear from you. If this video helped you see aging in a new light, do us a favor, hit that like button. It tells us you're out there and makes sure this message reaches someone else who needs it too. And hey, if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications. We've got more videos like this one designed to inform, inspire, and maybe even shake up the way you think about health and longevity. Before you go, don't miss the next video. It's linked in the description and should be popping up on your screen right now. Trust me, it's packed with insights you won't want to skip.